if you would, and telling me how you've been and if there's anything you need to look out for, making sure you've got your blanket to hand, because you might need that for your knees.
So what do we need?
So blanket, you might need your bricks for to help with your shoulders. I've got brand new mats, so they keep rumpling up, which
That's a nice mat, Jen.
yeah,
What are those ones?
they're sticky mats. They're, you know,
Are they better?
No, well,
Because
no,
the
not
minute
the
I
mats,
clean
no.
this one, it goes extra slidey. It's like a
Yeah.
skating rink.
Oh dear.
They've got a really good selection
But are
of
those-
TK mats.
They are sticky. They are. Have they? Yes.
Yeah,
T-
really good.
So yes, do go to a TK Maxx if you like that. But these are sticky. They do what they say on
Are
the
they
tin.
yoga matters?
Yes. Yes. So let's just do our feet then. I thought we'd take it very gently because
Good.
there might be you know some just some nervousness around coming back and being in a space. You know,
Yeah, I think
and
yes.
not going too fast and too far, and just so the usual rule applies, of course, in doing what you can with what you've got at the moment, because it might be very different to how you felt at home. But
Yeah.
we've got space, but now we're sort of, you know, what do I do in this space? So you're at home, you know, take care with same rules apply, and when we're rolling over on the floor, then just be careful you hit a piece of furniture and so forth, and we'll do our practice together gently, having established the breath. So finish off your feet, and then we will come to feet together on the mat, in the middle of the mat, and find our balance. So let's remove the ball so it's out of the way and not going to be a trip hazard. And as I say, you know, we'll have the recording for this, and please, you know, just always bob into whatever classes to make up and do more. It's all good with me. So bring the feet, the insteps together, unusually for us, and wriggle your toes around. And I will let Sarah in. There she goes. Wriggle the toes around, and then see if you can stretch the gaps, make the gaps bigger between the toes. And just stand nice and tall, and find your plumb line travelling down through the crown of the head, down through the spine, and out through the sacrum. And there you are, you're just hanging and really reasonably balanced, and just swaying with the breath. So into the toes and alternately into the heels. The toes might lift, peel off when you come into the heels, and as a vice versa to coming into the toes. And then next time you come forward, see if you can move slightly to your left and round to your right, so that whilst keeping the legs together. It's no mean feat, and we're just trying to navigate this circular movement on the balls and toes and outer edges of our feet alternately, and then swing round in the opposite direction. And that was a challenge. That's different. I notice how that feels. So lifting up and lowering down, and just coming to finding your balance in the middle now. Nice and upright. Wriggle those toes. Weight into the heels, turn those recently wriggled toes out. Weight into the toes and turn the heels out, and find this magic hip width distance apart. Yeah, that we treasure so very much. And you're just going to swing the arms, pick up the heel, come over onto the front of the foot, nice and loose, and let the head turn. And I found now people just come into the room and started doing this, and it's just lovely to see. So in Epsomswell, whilst I was trying to sort out non-existent Wi-Fi, everybody was carrying on with this, which was wonderful. So then lift the arms a little higher, really nice and loose, pick up the toes so that you're rolling and exposing the front of your foot, if you like, to the floor, and just swinging, losing the momentum from too much talking, and then come back to the centre and just feel as you turn your palms out and claim your space on the mat in on the floorboards in the room for the first time in so long, since January or December when we last met here. Find the breath. So put one hand on your tummy. So you're going to be eating the breath. You're going to be ingesting the breath, ingesting the awareness as you breathe in. The second hand can come up onto the top of the chest if you wish it. Breathing in, and the tummy opens and extends and gorges itself on oxygen, prana, chi. And then as you breathe out, the tummy comes in, and we're getting the measure of how long it takes to breathe gently and easily, finding peace between the ears, peace in the cells of the body, the muscles, all areas. And then we'll take the hands away, having established how long it's going to take to make movements, to make shapes in time and space. So all I'd like you to do is step that left foot forward and slightly across the mat, so that you've increased the gap sideways as well as forward and back, and just swing the arms, pick up the toes, bend the knees and swing forward and back, looking up and looking down, looking up and looking down. And next time you come forward and the hands lift up, interlace the fingers and hook them over the back of the head and lean your head back as if you were lying on a golden sandy beach, and lift the chest, pull in the tummy, and from a sideways view you can see how the stretches come through the front of the leg and the chin is lifted, and we go back to that gentle breath. And it moves differently now because we've got our front stretched. And as we breathe out, just drop the hands down and let them swing free for a couple of easy swings, and step forward, see how, or back to level up the feet, and then weight shifts. So as we do that, we pick up the left foot, set the toes behind us, widen off the gap between, and then just start a gentle swinging. Just lackadaisical arms, just loose and as floppy as we had them last time. So just, my mat is so new, it's sticking. Can you hear it? I feel like I've got suction pads on me. Next time you come forward then, inhale, hallelujah, the arms up in the air, interlace the fingers the other way about, place the hands, the palms at the back of the head, and use the next breath to lift the chin, and then exhale, and let the weight of your arms just relax out of your shoulders. Feel the front of the hip open. Pull in the tummy so that you're not just leaning back into your low back. Feel a nice stretch out of the waist. And then release. Inhale up and exhale, swing down and step forward again. Well done. And flicky wrists, so Bronwyn, a new one that we've been using, to imagine screwing in light bulbs and then making that action really, really fast and then lower it down, so that maybe you're with pot company with a ring or something. Shuggle and loosen off the wrists, and then step those feet back, anchor them to the ground, and you felt the different areas of your feet now when we were swinging in circles. So see what you can do to provide as much flat surface as is entirely possible. Stand tall, lift the chin, and wait upon the inhaling breath. And as it arrives, we begin to move the arms without rounding the shoulders. Just offer the hands forward. Exhale, bring them gently back towards the collarbones. Now, without lifting the shoulders, just elevate the elbows, and then open the elbows from the next breath. And the next breath yet is reaching out to the sides and turning to point the thumbs down and pressing back behind you, and trying to keep that plane, so that when you just a flip of the wrists and you're back to mountain pose. So inhale, reach forward. Exhale and pull back, imagining that there's a resistant force that you're practicing through treacle, and you have to actually place the limb where you'd like it to be. Reach out. Feel the rotation of the entire arm, and then the resting back position. When the arms come fully back, we just flip the wrists and we're ready. We're going to add a bend of the knees now. So as you offer forward, you bend the knees, and you pull back and you straighten. And you lift the elbows and you bend the knees and straighten again. You might want to look up and increase the stretch and look down and change the position and find yourself back to upright. Turning the palms one more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, nostril. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, nostril. Exhale, mouth. Inhale. Well done. Inhale, reach forward. Stay in your chair position. Bring the palms together onto the chest. And look up. And think about your shoulders. Think about your tummy. And when you're ready, take the hands back out in front of you. And press back. Dig the heels into the ground. And find how, the structure, of these muscles drawing into the knees. And then come into a waggling heel position just to release off that. Did you feel that? Just that little bit of a hold. Yeah. So not too much, not too little, but just, keep the breathing going once that's happening. We're going to add a waving palm tree so that the ribs get a chance to move as well now. Are we all okay at home? Can you give me an indication? Thank you. Great. All right. So we're carrying on with this simple sun salute. And we'll add a waving palm tree. So find mountain pose to start. Relax your mind so that you can think about the breath in preference to anything else, the form that you're making even. It's just inhale. We know where we're going with this. Exhale. Take the heels in. Lift and inhale. And exhale and open. And inhale and reach. And turn and press and reach back into chair again. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms out and press the hands up in front of you and all the way overhead and find a little sway, left and right. So we're trying to feel that the pelvis is level or is comfortable. So what can you do that makes the experience more lingering and more stretchy and more releasing? Come back to the centre. Exhale, flip the wrists again, bring them down back into the chair pose, wherever we left off. Pull the fingertips back to the collarbones and stand. Inhale and lift and exhale and open. And reach out to either side and turn and then press back to standing. Go back into your chair pose, interlace the fingers the opposite way round, flip and reach up, standing tall. Go over to the opposite side, sway, stay, breathe. Come back by pressing into the left foot to bring you up to centre and then go over to the left itself and stay and breathe. And is your tummy just hanging or can you take charge of it? Come back to the centre. Well done. Flip the wrists again. Bring them down gently in front of you. Feel the shoulder rotation. Separate the palms. Bring them out in front. And then when we're ready, flip again. Draw back. Standing tall. Lifting the elbows. Opening the elbows. Feel that nice stretch. Reach out to either side. Turn the palms. And then press. Last time into chair. Interlace the fingers the way that you feel comfortable. Draw up towards the ceiling. And then let's go over to the left side and release the fingers and find the oppositional stretch between each. If this doesn't suit, then obviously lower and adjust for what feels comfortable. Bring the palm back up again. Interlace, roll, stretch out to the waist. And then once again, release on the right side and find yourself stretching over. Feel the ribs. Well done. Breathe to take the arm back up. Interlace the fingers, roll and reach out, sit into the chair. Flip the palms and bring them back onto the chest. Tummy in and breathe. So lift the heart. Feel as if you're just sitting on a table, corner edge of a table. Lift your heart, take a breath here. Well done. And another, and then reach the arms out, press and come to standing. The understanding, the underpinning, just flip the wrists and you find mountain pose again. See how that all went. Shift and lift, right, wiggle the toe, loosen off. So this is the brain points. If you remember, I showed you that map of the reflexology points, and this strikes me as interesting that this is the point of the foot that represents the brain to reflexologists. So we're going to change it slightly, but still the same pace, still the same flow. If that's feeling comfortable for you, just shuggle the shoulders out and shake the wrists. And we'll be coming over into forward fold. So if you've got your blanket to hand, because ultimately when we come down onto all fours, you might want a blanket underneath your knees. Is it too hot?
Yeah, I am. I mean, these black things, what are they?
These are new heaters, and I can turn them off. New heaters.
I think it's because I'm kind of underneath it. I realise
Yes,
it's
yeah,
because
because
you
you-
this seems to be
Yeah.
coming straight at me.
Yeah, because they're tilted down so much, aren't they?
Right, that
Quite close, haven't they?
Yeah.
What is this?
That should be off. They're brand new. We're the first people to use them.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so don't expire on me. I've done the 3 presses, so hopefully the heating will come off. Okay. Okay, so standing, finding mountain pose. I'm glad I caught you. So go steady. So bring the hands together. Find the lift of the chin. Loosen off the jaw. And in the same way, waiting upon the breath to reach the arms slowly up. And then exhale, bring the palms apart and look into the gap. And relax the shoulders. Level the chin. Loosen the jaw. Well done. Close the forearms together. Trying to resist that movement through the middle of the back. Well done. And then inhale, reach back up. And exhale, separate. So it's as if we're drawing circles in the air. And then press this forearm position together. Press as if there's some resistant force. Inhale, up. Exhale, look up. Inhale, look apart. Exhale, squeeze back together. See what's happening in your tummy as this happens. Last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull apart. And if you want to level or look up, that's fine. And then draw your palms forward and down onto the sternum. Separate the hands and make a little fist with your left hand and just rub on the sternum. This is the thymus gland, and this is really good for immunity. So get that circulation going to that area. So it's another reason why the Namaste is held here, because it's known to be a really useful band. So inhale, reach. And then turn the palms this time. Soften the knees, pull your tummy in and allow yourself to cascade forward and over and down to look at the floor, and then release your hands so they swing forward and back a couple of times, nice and loose. And then swing them and brush them past the ankles, left and right. And your head can be really tipped down. I have to keep mine a little elevated so I don't lose my hearing aid. And then steady it down, bend your knees a little more and a little more, so that now you're going to stand on your own hands. So pick up your right foot and put your right hand underneath. Pick up your left foot and put your left foot on top. And now wriggle your toes. So you're standing on your own hands, and the fingers should reach as far as you can into the arches of the feet, so that you can feel that underpinning, the name Samastiti, where it comes from. It's the underpinning of the arch of the foot. Okay, then take your hands out from underneath and put them both hands round the left ankle bone. So we've got bent knees at the moment. As you breathe in, press your feet to the floor and start to lift your chest away. Release your left hand and look left. So you're turning your upper torso. So it will mean that your left leg is straighter than your right.
and then slide the hand back down the leg, so the both hands are near the ankle bone again, and switch and try that on your right ankle. So from bent knee position, we then breathe in, press into the floor, the legs start to straighten, you move your chest around to look round to the right as your right hand slides up the leg. So I'm looking sort of over my shoulder, and then coming down, back down to the ankle position on the exhale. Try that again on the left. So it's a gentle unfurling, lifting up, and then changing your mind and coming back down again. Try that again on the other side while I watch what's going on. So you're rotating the shoulder round the corner, as it were. Just one more time. And remembering when we come up, when we've had our head down low, it's a really good idea to come up slowly into the chair. So release the hands, press the feet into the floor, and slowly lift the heart, or roll up, whichever feels comfortable. Well done. Bring the hands towards the chest again. We find the chair pose. Imagine that we're propped and supported, elbows into the side of the body. And now look down at your knees. And we're going to move from the tummy button and move the whole upper torso to that left-hand side. But the knees are going to stay planted where they are. Exhale, come back to the centre. Inhale, feel tall. And then exhale, go to the right side. Coming back. Well done. And then press your feet to the floor and reach for the ceiling. And the release of the legs is great to your right. Yeah. Turn the palms and push them out again. Forward fold. Over you go again, bending the knees as much as you need to. Place your hands around on the mat this time, and just pick up the heels alternately, walking on the spot. It may mean also that the heels of your hands come up and down as you just pad on the mat, lifting and lowering, stretching and straightening. That became an amalgam word in the making. And then slowly come down to all fours and put your blanket in place for your knees if you choose to have one, and if you like to have a heel support for your hands, then take a pleat in your mat. My brand new mats want to do that. Little fingers are on the outer edges of the mat. Knees are directly under your hip. And here we're going to make cat and cow. So just let's sort out the shoulders. You remember the on-off position. So shoulders forward and shoulders back. Just shrug them up and move them back a couple of times, and then leave them in the off position. So reaching back behind you, pull up your tummy, just a little tone. And then from that position, we can wait for the exhale to find cat, with the lowering of the tail and the chin. Inhale and look forward and up. And if you remember last week, we did this making footprints, or handprints I should say, in our props. We use the block under each hand. So you're just continuing with your cat and your cow, then coming to all fours, middle position, and walk the hands back, tuck your toes under, and just see how your wrists have been as you sit up and shake them and release them. And if that was a pressure, then that's why we've got the bricks. So you could use now, hold on to the bricks and have those, and that will change the attitude of wrists to shoulders. So conduct an experiment, see if it suits you. One way better than t'other. I would recommend that you have them on medium height, and that you can give them a good grip, and your gripping will be through the finger pads, yeah, rather than the heel of the hand. So we'll try that just once again, and then you'll know to self-adjust. Okay, so when you're ready to come down, finding a comfortable position, index fingers pointing forward, eyes are the elbows, reaching towards each other, and cat and cow now is very different if you've chosen to have the bricks. I wish I could loan you mine, Bronwyn.
Don't worry, I need to get another one. In fact, they had packs of 2 in TK Maxx.
Ah. So just working the spine, making it nice and fluid now. Start to add a rotation of the hips, just moving your bottom from one side to the other. Bend the elbows, reach forward between the gap between the hands or the gap between the bricks, and then go back the other way. But be circumspect with your kneecaps. Make sure that you are not overbearing on them. It's just the right amount of rotation that suits you and them. And then we come back to the middle. And if we have got bricks, now we will have to just set them aside, because now, very similar to what we've already done, we're going to take the right hand and put it on top of the left hand. And if you wanted to watch, you'd be most welcome, and I'll turn slightly. What we're going to do is thread the needle a slightly different way. So as we press into the floor, we straighten the arm and drag the right arm up the left arm across the chest. Start to look right, and then if there's breath left, we place the arm in space carefully, and then use the next breath to put the hand on the ribs. So bring it out of space onto the ribs, nearly forgot, and then gently move it around. So you're gently coaxing your own rib cage back to the centre, and then it slides off the rib cage across the body and underneath the arm. So we then can lower down and find ourselves in thread needle. Inhale, and we come back, lift ourselves up, unthread the hand, and place it back on the mat. And we'll do that on the other side. So we switch over, and make sure you've got enough space that your knees aren't too far forward. That's an important area. So draw the hand up, reach it carefully into space. Well done. And then bend the elbow, bring the hand onto the side of the rib cage, and just you're guiding it, nudging, encouraging it to rotate before you start to collapse down towards the floor. It's a slow guided descent as you bend your right elbow, and the weight is taken down gradually. So there's your thread needle. Inhale and come back. Place the hand under the shoulders. Try it again. Right hand over the top of left. Inhale, drag the right hand up the left arm across the chest. Reach it out. And then when you're ready, on the next exhale, elbow bends. Find part of the rib cage, and then gently move the chest around, and then carry on the journey, posting your right hand under the armpit of the left. Then there's the bend of the left elbow, and we come down to the floor. If you enjoy coming down and you feel it feels really good, a really good release, stay there a while. Another breath. And then when you're ready to come up, don't forget to press down through your shins, pull up through your tummy, place your hands back, and the last time with left hand on right, and drag, and across, and reach. So the diagonal stretch that we had standing previously, hand to rib cage, nudge and nurture the ribs round in the opposite direction, so you're coming into your spinal twist. Then bend the elbow and lower down. Yeah, great. Take a breath there. See how that feels. Try to bring your elbow, the right elbow, into the side of the body. That's it. Less strain on the shoulder. Come back to all fours. And tuck your toes under, walk the hands back, and give the wrists a little shake and loosen out so that you're in a version of Vajrasana. Massage the thumb joint. Do you remember we did this last week? We can make our own thumbs move by pressing the opposite into the palm of the hand. And we've guided ourselves back. So how are we feeling with regard to a down-faced dog and wrist action in due course? Are we okay at the moment? Okay, good. All right, so you will now, staying where you are with the all fours position, you'll now be pleased to hear that we can strengthen the legs, straighten the legs out, so that keep the toes tucked, but let's slide the right leg away, and press down with the toes into the floor. Pull the tummy up and give a gentle stretch there. Exhale and right knee comes towards the chest. Make a circle out beyond you and then toes slide away again, straightening the leg. So doing sideways on, straight leg, and then knee to chest, knee out to the side, toes come down and slide away. And all of this without the elbows moving around. So try 3 in total. Those heaters are very efficient, aren't they? And then bring the knee back in to its under the hip position and try that on the other side. So they believe that we just lie around in yoga because they've said that it's Keep Fit and Pilates that do all the moving around, and we've generated lots of heat, haven't we? Straighten the leg out, press out through the heel. Exhale, bring the knee towards the chest. Give a nice circle to that hip, releasing it, giving it its glory moments, and then find the final stretch, the third and last, before bringing the knee towards the chest. Little circle with the hips, because then we'll be ready to come up through the down face dog. You can choose if you want to change the forces that are running through your arms. You can bring the bricks back into play to do down face dog with bricks in your hands. So but it will require you to press firmly into the floor. So tuck your toes under. This is just a gentle bent knee down face dog. Yeah. So hover those knees, push the bottom back, straighten the arms, and then slowly raise the bottom so that we end up being able to paddle the heels up and down, waggle the bottom, look under your armpits as you waggle and paddle. Sounds like a Portuguese water spaniel, doesn't it? Waggling and paddling. And then watching out for your blanket, we're going to step over the blanket carefully, coming back to the forward hanging fold. Set your feet at hip distance apart. And then move your hands from the mat or the bricks onto your ankle bones. Put the right hand on the left, bless you, and do that twist again that we did earlier. So straighten the legs, release the left hand, turn, and now reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. So you've got a straight left leg and a slightly bent right knee. And then once again, hand onto the rib cage, guide the ribs round, come back into the forward hanging fold, take the hands back onto the right ankle bone. Try that on the other side. So press into the floor, start to lift your chest up and swing round, move and extend the arm. Place it carefully in space and then hand to rib cage, move your chest back round. Well done. Have a little swing and release, left and right, nice and loose. And then we're ready to reach up into the chair to bring ourselves back to upright. So watch out. Here we come, slowly lifting up to the chair position. Anchor your knees, pulling through your tummy. Put the hands together, bring them onto the chest and lift the chin. Moving to the right first. A gentle twist from the navel. Check down diagonally at your knees. See whether they're still lined up to the short edge of your mat. And then move the head and the belly button back. Try that to the left. So we move round. Inscrutable to all that's going on, all the, like the swans paddling furiously underneath the surface of the water. The thigh muscles are really working. Reach forward and then press back. Turn the palms briefly through mountain pose. Reach up, palms together, exhale and pull down. Elbows into the side of the body. Take a moment just to focus on your drishti point. See how the breathing is responding. Inhale, reach up. Exhale into goddess arms. Move the elbows back so that your thumbs, if they wiggle, you can't see them in your peripheral vision. And then move your head to turn and look at the left wiggling thumb. Loosen off the jaw
and then lower the left palm so that you're looking into a gap, and try to relax that shoulder down. As the palm comes back up, you look away to the centre again. Look to the right wiggling thumb. And then as it lowers down, you're looking in the gap. Inhale, come back to the centre. So imagine everything is supported. Well done. Through the arm muscles. Bring the forearms together. Squeezing. Feel that stretch across the back of the body. Inhale, reach back up. Interlace the palms, turn them up towards the ceiling, soften the knees, and find a gentle swing to left and the right, and then left again. Bend the knees and look down at the floor to the right. Go down, bending and reaching forward, swinging across the front of the mat. If you've gone the opposite way, my bad. Lift up again. We're making a clock face. Exhale, go back the opposite direction, bend the knees, lower down, swing and drag the hands across the mat and sweep back up. Clock face again. Last time to go over to beginning side and up on the second side. Go over and down on the second side and swish and reach up. Come to the upright. Stretch out of the waist and then release the hands. Well done. And bring them all the way in a big circle. Down, brushing past the hips, reaching them out. Drawing the hands in front of you, loosening off the jaw. Exhale, fingertips to collarbones. Well done. Lift the elbows up. Exhale, the elbows wide. Now, some of us have got our blankets behind or in front of us, so do be careful now. Reach the arms out. Thumbs move down, point down, relax the shoulders. And interlace the fingers behind the back, shift the weight into the right foot, peel up the left heel off the mat, and be very careful just to step quietly over behind you, over the blanket if you've got one, and slightly out to the side, and step wide. Okay, your bricks are there if you'd like to use them. It means that the floors come up a little higher, but it's not necessary to use them, but please if you'd like to, because we're going to just exhale the thumbs down over the tail, lift the chin and open the heart. Find that stretch, placing the heel towards the floor, if not on the floor, the back foot, and then exhale, forward fold, over the front, over the front, over the front we go. Well done. Release the hands either to those bricks or to the floor, watching out for that blanket and stepping back to down face dog. This time with slightly straighter legs, and breathe. Pull in the tummy, tail down. And then when we're ready, shift the weight into the right foot and step over the blanket if you have one, and bring the foot between the bricks. Well done. Reach the arms out in front, press that front foot down, press it down and lift the torso up, reach up. Find the beginning of the lunge that we had, interlace the fingers behind the back. That's it. Widen off the feet and bring everything in. What's comfortable? There's no point, just don't struggle with a wobble. Draw the thumbs on an inhale over the tail, lift the chin and find yourself open and ready to reach the heart forward and down, steady as you go. Keep the tummy pulling in so that your chin doesn't tipple down first, it's your heart that descends. Release the hands, find the bricks or the mat, whichever you have chosen. Thumb, index fingers pointing forward and step back again to down face dog. It can now be a more bent knee, paddling and waggling affair. And then we're going to step forward again, this time with the right leg. So bring the right knee towards the chest and step it towards the blocks. Keep it nice and wide. So we'll come back to the lunge. Anchor your tummy. Reach the arms in front. Coming up, Gently, 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 gently. Lifting up. Nice big swoop. And out to the sides. Interlace the fingers behind you. Pull the thumbs down. Just check into the back heel. Check the bend of the front knee if you need to step back a little bit. And do that. Looking up. Bend the back knee. Get a little bouncy. And then step forward. So that we've now regained hip width distance apart for the legs and start to. Exhale, soften the knees and come into the chair pose as if you're going to sit on your own hands. We've been standing on our hands, now we're going to try and sit on our hands. And then release the hands out with those shoulders, really paying attention. Bring them back towards the collarbones, lift them up, open them out, reach them to either side of the room, thumbs point down, and now press to stand. So hands press down, feet press down. We come to the upright, flip the wrists and turn. And we're ready. We're going to go into a forward fold, so the right ankle at the hips. So when you're ready, bring the hands to the chest. Inhale, reach. Turn out. Soften the knees. Forward fold over the front of the thighs. Grace your fingers over the top of the mat or bricks and then onto the ankle bones. Slide the hands up the front of the legs and lift the heart and nudge your heels of your hands into your hip creases and press out through the crown and through the sacrum. Exhale, rebend the knees, slide the hands back down to the mat or the bricks and then step back till you can place your knees comfortably on your blanket. And begin a little gentle little wind one way and another in the opposite direction. Swinging from left and into the right and through the middle, just like we did when we were standing doing the clock face. So as much or as little as you feel comfortable to do. Okay. Then move the bricks away, or you can for the time being, so you can see what's going to happen. But hands are still either way underneath the shoulders. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Bring your left knee out beside your elbow, and then step the left knee off the mat. So great for you at home. We've all got yoga mats on. James, have you got sticky suction things on your socks?
No. They're
Just going to
socks.
slide. Yeah. Would you mind just rotating round so you've got the long end of the mat? And because I would hate for you to disappear. Have you got sticky pads on your? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So if you like, now you could grab those bricks or come onto the tippy toes, the tip of the fingertips, and walk your hands back towards your hips because we're going to come up to an upright position. Your bricks can be used as a pair of stilts, if you wish. Yeah? So you come up and pressing into that extended left leg. Brilliant. Bring the hands up to Anjali Mudra. Pressing through the shins. Whatever is touching the floor, use it as a support. Reach the arms up, turn the palms, and then press them out to either side, windmill them apart. This is so the gate pose. We're going to swing over, close the gate, so the left hand goes towards the left thigh and the right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, feeling the stretch through the side, lifting the chin. And then reach back to the middle. And here we can let the right hand arm dangle and lever yourself up to an upright diagonal stretch again with the left arm. Well done. Exhale, press back down with the left arm. But let the left hand remind your knee to bend forward as you push your bottom out behind you. Come back onto your stilts or onto your finger pods, back down, swish the leg out in a big circle and then bring it towards the chest and settle it back down. Have a little cat on cow, See how that feels. Move the shoulders forward and back, or even sit back and wriggle the wrists out, whatever feels loosening and comforting and useful, graceful for you. And we'll try that all on the other side. So, whoops. So coming back to the all fours. We're moving with the right knee. So that as we exhale, right knee comes to a chest. Inhale, right knee goes out. Flex the right foot and extend the right leg straight out beside you. Great. Use your bricks if you wish to, or just walk the fingertips back towards the supporting left knee. Pull in through your tummy. You can reach the hands out. You can press them back. What gives you your propulsion to come up to upright? Bring the arms up overhead this time and draw down into Anjali Mudra. Can you see the gap under the arch of your foot? Do you know, can you feel, is it talking to you, that leg as it extends? Well done. Reach the hands out. Now separate them. Imagine they've been super glued together. Separate the arms out to either side. Well done. And now tipping over as we breathe out. Slowly does it. Keep the tummy in. Keep the thumb as if it were lined up with that ear. Keep it all in comfortable, acknowledged placement. So you know where that arm is. Exhale, windmill the arms level, reach up, and then lean slightly over so you get the diagonals between the fingertips. We're all okay at home. Turn the palm and then swish back to the warrior type position. Close the palms together this time. See how that feels. Now slide your right hand down to the back of the knee. Reach out with your left hand. Push your bottom out. So there's